Hey guys, good morning. So, I've been on Mud Fossil University's page a lot. There's a couple of things that I saw that he was looking at that I thought there's this ice serpent thing in, I think it's Antarctica. And to me, just from, my time, like understanding film and filmmaking, it doesn't look like it, to me, what he's showing looks like what he's saying it looks like, but I do think it's CGI, unfortunately. But that doesn't change, that's just, I'm going to have to examine it a little bit more, but still, this that I'm showing you, these, formations, supposedly, that we're told is from years of eroded rock. Eroded rock from what water source, I don't know, that would do that. You know exactly what it looks like. And they're all over the world, really. I mean, look at this. So these are, and Mud Fossil University is showing that these these are gigantic, I don't know what else to say, okay? And whether, some of you are like, well, we can't trust Google Earth. Well, maybe we can, maybe we can't. I tend to agree that I would still need to see it with my own eyes. But Google Earth is a way to look at things to see some of the stuff they're trying to hide. And then you can see how they put fake trees over things they don't want you to see. But there's still other people that go over that stuff with I don't know what this one is. But a lot of these are pretty compelling. I just have to say, there's something, we're trained to look with our eyes, and then we're indoctrinated to believe a different story. Maybe they're saying, oh, the erosion came down this way. No. And then created a hole? No. This looks to me to be what they're claiming it is a giant, I don't know what else to say, as a vagina. And then if you go inside of these caves, there's also, womb, elements of a womb. I think these and the trees, hang on. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, between these rocks, this is Mud Fossil University right here. Between these rocks and, if you want to know, sacred womb caves, okay? Between these rocks and Aries Rock, which I studied Aries Rock. I tried to figure out what that was, and I couldn't. I could not figure out what Aries Rock was. It was beyond. It's not a tree, definitely not a tree. And Roger from Mud Fossil University says it's a heart, a giant heart that goes down into the earth 3 miles and has all of the structures of a heart. So I'm just going to play this really quick, just so you can see him describing it, and then we're going to move to Aries Rock. And after that, I think that I just know that what we've been taught entirely, in its entirety. I mean, look what's happening in, supposed Gitmo and Afghanistan and all of those things. Everything we've been told is up for scrutiny, at least.
Same thing. Now, the vestibule was here. I absolutely guarantee it. And womb cave, too. Let's take a look at that. All right, this is the Tracian womb cave. And I absolutely guarantee you this is real. And again, the same thing. Now, the vestibule was here. The urethra was there. Obviously, that's the vagina. The tissue is surrounding it, is that type of tissue. This little slit right here tells you this is real, because that's the slit that is the weld where the seams come together to fold after the blastula, which is the ball that forms your gut, inverts, and then it welds together. After you get waterlogged, it splits. That's what you're going to see in the womb caves. If you see that split, you're in the womb. Just to show you, this is what normally there's a ball like this.
So you guys can, go look at this yourself. But I think that what he's saying is, and the other one he was showing, look at this. The mysterious Maya sweat baths reveal the ancient worship of a reptilian being. Whether it's reptilian or not, I don't know what could be that large. I have no idea. I know that, Lilliputians, we are like grasshoppers to them. I mean, it's written over and over again. And then when you go to Aries Rock, which I also want to show you. Okay, here's Aries Rock. I tend to believe Roger from Mud Fossil University that is not, I mean, it's definitely not. It's definitely not a tree. It's not a tree. I studied it because I was going to show it to you guys, but I couldn't figure out for myself with my own eyes what that is. And, you can go watch it on his page, and he shows what it is. And these are, when you look at a human heart, I'm not saying this is a human creature. I don't know what this is. When you look, it has these bands around the heart, right? And the Aborigines from this area said that, there was a giant rainbow serpent or dragon that all life came from. This heart in the ancient texts, the Aborigine texts, I don't know what they say this is, but close to this, there's some, physical geography that again looks like those scales. All right. So what, whether we can look at Google Earth and take it seriously or not, maybe they can make the certain things on there. I don't think they can make those scales. I just don't. And I don't. So this, we're taught to believe one thing, but in the ancient Aborigine texts, it's got, the rainbow dragon, right? That it said that from the rainbow dragon, all life forms came. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. I don't know. But it's showing, life forms coming from the rainbow dragon. But this rock, it's not a rock. And I do believe when you look at the features on it and go up close to the features, that it is not, that this is, I think Roger's right. I think that this is, he's telling a little bit of the story that they're also saying that something came and that we're all seeded from, some kind of, look at this. I was looking at it going, what is this characteristic, right? I could not figure out I wanted to tell you about it, but I didn't know what it is. But I do believe that this is, he's showing where it falls apart, and then you can see the tissue. And if you look at a human heart, obviously I'm not saying this is human, right? It's got the same features of it. So, the parts that fall off, I guess we're going to have to read some Aborigine text and see exactly what they say about it. But again, I mean, he finds things that are, he finds like giant fingers, and he finds a lot because he's not, whatever his programming is, he got some kind of information that broke through it, you know, which a lot of us do in different ways, you know. We all have different skills, and I think it's very compelling, and I think it's something that we need to look at. Now, what is the reasoning that we wouldn't be taught about this rock? You should be taught everything about it. You should be taught what the features are that are similar to a heart, right? You should be taught that it doesn't have, you know, I mean, they don't talk about the DNA of it, or the, you know, testing of the DNA of it. I mean, they don't tell you that. They just say it's a natural wonder. Just a boulder just sitting there. It's not a boulder. This was alive at some point. I mean, what the creature is, I don't know, but he did find some scales. But he said he found these close to it, but I don't know. He didn't kind of show the mapping of it. And I mean, I can go look over at Aries Rock and see if I can find it for you and show it to you. It took me a little bit to find the, you know, dragon embryo, whatever that thing is, the mammoose or whatever it's called, because it was not in Morocco, it was in Libya. And you know, I do have a theory about when they report on certain things, why those reports, I mean, this is showing this, it also looks like a human heart. I'm not saying it's a human heart, but there's something. And we should also be taught what the Aborigines say about that rock. We're not taught that. We're taught very little. We're taught only enough to limit our sight so that we can't see these things for ourselves. I mean, but you can tell, anyone who watches my channel, who looks at trees, is gonna know this is not a tree. I mean, there's no argument for it that that's a tree. That's not a tree. That is, and you just have to look and keep looking until it hits you. You know, this is not a tree. But the size of it, I mean, it goes down 3 miles. I don't know how long it is. It's like, I think it's like 2 miles up to the top of it. So that's a heart. And then, so these things are so compelling. I don't know what else to tell you. If anybody who studies trees can tell me that's a tree, I want you to show me the features that would change my mind. But that, I think, is some kind of living creature, some kind of, you know, I'm not saying it's alive. I don't know if it's, you know, part of what generates life or was alive, or, you know, I'm not sure. I mean, the way, I think they showed how far it goes down too. Let's see if I can find it. They're telling the story. The serpent, the rainbow serpent, somewhere over the rainbow. You guys know they put this into the, we're just not taught what it means. Somewhere over the rainbow, right? He was showing it go down. I wanted to show you how far it goes down, but, oh, there. Okay.
It is over 2 miles long. And
it's 2 miles long.
Rises over 1,100 feet.
Remember, we're the Lilliputians. We're I do think some of us are descendant from